Hello together. I hope you are doing all well. Why or what do I need to know about taxes when I sell my product cross border, meaning internationally? And in some countries, when I sell my products among states, so that's the topic of today. When I mean among states, I take for example the United States, which is made of 52 states. And here, what does someone, a seller, needs to know in such a country? There are other ones worldwide selling products within the country and through states, or selling the product to another country, for example, from the USA to Canada, if we stick by the same example. I'm Gaetan Wanja. I introduce myself again also in this video. I am very happy to have you in this video. I'm the CEO of Gage Labs. Gage Labs is a company having the following missions. The one mission is that we want to make international sales very easy, affordable, simple for every market, for every business, for the smallest businesses. So basically, having the possibility to present your products into a platform and to sell them worldwide, to sell them to other countries, having or to other customers from other countries, having other currencies, having other payment methods, having other regulations accordingly towards your product, and also for different product types. That's the main mission of the Gage Labs, and the other missions which we have is also to help especially to get many people access to education, access to computer programming, access to digital marketing, where we are also very experienced. That is as part of the first pillar, and also here so that we have more skilled people worldwide, more people having something to offer to the society, and then also these people can make living for themselves, for their families, for their country, and also make the next big things, being for example the next Elon Musk, for example, and eventually they wouldn't have this opportunity if we haven't exposed them to let's say education, to study, and to also the possibility to express themselves. So what we also do is videos to help people to be navigate with success, and especially avoiding failures through the path of building online business, because many of our customers, we have a very large span of customers, and also in general, if we let's say see observe the world right now, we have really, we know a boom in terms of online businesses, in terms of online platforms, and many people also considering the actual geopolitical and economic situations worldwide. So they also uh, try maybe take their chance on creating an online business. Maybe they have it as a side hustle, maybe they have it as a main hustle, but they keep on trying, pushing to make it happen, to maintain it, to keep it alive. Or maybe there are bigger ones and also they have other struggles in order to maybe, let's say, get the best out of it, or make it maybe more productive, more effective, and so on. So everybody has some kind of problem trying to run an online business, especially the smaller businesses, and we help these businesses to get through if they are very serious about it. So if they are very serious about the fact that I want my business not to fail, then we really think that over our 50 years experience, our partners, our skill sets, and so on, our experience, our tool sets, we can, let's say, help making this happen. Our counseling also, You can check our sites and to see all this information in there, and also contact me directly, or colleagues of me. So to let's say move on. We are located primarily in Germany, a German company, but are also spread it, let's say, worldwide, and especially in Africa and in Cameroon, where I'm from originally. So that's the introduction about me, about the company, about what's the topics about today. Let's get back to the topic. If you want to sell a product internationally, what do you need to know about taxes? So when you try to start a business, especially, and also for big companies, the topic of taxes and the topics of taxes in, let's say, digital online marketing or digital products or online businesses is a very huge, very widespread, very complex, and also very dynamic and adaptive, also changing, also constantly. So basically, it not make sense, or it's not also the aim of today to make a very high, big courses about it, but to really give you what I think you really need to start, and also to show you the path to navigate through this information, and how to get, let's say, from the start to the goal. So basically, I've summarized it into four things. There are four things you need to do when you start, let's say, online business, what to consider about taxes. The first thing is that do I have a physical presence? So, for example, for my company, everywhere where we have a physical presence, so meaning an office, employees, not subcontractors, but people working directly for the company, and regardless uh, what they do for the company, and also freelancers, as long as they work for the company. So you have a physical presence there, and as long as the freelancer is not a subcontractor. So all everywhere where I have the a physical presence, or where an online business has a physical presence, he has to pay Nexus. Nexus is the first labor tax, we can put it this way. So the tax you pay for the location where you are. So basically, you have a store somewhere in a state, in a country, and then you sell goods from your stores, and accordingly you pay the taxes according to the regulations around your country, your state, where your store is basically. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that do I need to process economic nexus? So that is the next level of nexus. I will also put some links below so that you can get more information about what we are saying. They are very simple, let's say, principles, and I think it is enough for you to know to start over to dive in. The economic nexus is related to the fact that basically you pay taxes for your original country location as a nexus, and then you pay taxes for the country locations of your customers. And this one is very dynamic, and that is also according to a threshold. The thresholds can be a value, the thresholds can be number of sales or invoices, depending on the country, the regulations, and the states. And this change also very often, depending also of the type of products you are selling, even though you are selling online. So basically, you can put it this way, taking the example of the United States, as actually the case is that can change, let's say, over time, and also short term. But from the time being, you have the following situation in the United States. When you have over 200 sales in a specific state, then you are liable in this state to pay extra taxes. So starting with the state number 201, you have to pay taxes. Or if your sales threshold hits 100,000 US dollar, then by the next sales you have to pay the sale taxes accordingly. And this is something which is, let's say, cyclic, which resets every year. So basically, you don't, let's say, take them over from year to year, and that makes sense because one year means also one sales tax report, and then the next year, the next sales tax report, and so on and so on. Okay, I only took the example of the United States, but you can also consider it worldwide. There are other countries who says, okay, no, by the time you make the first sale in my country, in my location, you are liable, let's say, for taxes in that location. You cannot make a sale and then, let's say, declare that and they also pay the taxes accordingly. And so that brings a really big complex, right? Because basically you may sell worldwide, as is also the case in my company. So we sell worldwide from Africa, America, South America, North America, Europe, Australia, and so on. Yeah, so South Pacific. So basically, everywhere you make a sale, you have to figure out to say, how can I declare these taxes to the authorities there? And there you need then also a very strong accountant accordingly. So depending also on your needs and so on, then also some, let's say, first of all, look for yourself. That is the suggestion. But if you may want a support from us accordingly, then also we may give it. We will not provide a link of accountants or make some, let's say, recommendation for accountant. That's not the point. The point is just that you be aware that is very, very extremely important. You cannot do it for on your own. And the more the times goes on, the more these things would be regulated because let's say the overall regulations of the OECD is trying more and more to catch up regulation on the online transactions because the online transactions growth 2.5 times faster than the global GDP over the last 15 years. That's a very huge number. So basically, they understood that also there shall be regulation and there shall be very high source of incomes for the specific country. So please don't, let's say, put a bet on the fact that you will not pay taxes in that specific country. Pay the taxes accordingly and be sure that you are also according to the rules. It's very easy, sometimes not so much, to make declarations in the specific countries and so on. And please make this because also as last instance also your customers can be, let's say, penalized, the one being in the country when it make his tax declaration. Then the authority says, yeah, and where are the incomes of the company who sold you the product? Then there is a problem. Then we have the third part. What I want to share with you is that you answer the question, are my products taxable? Not all the products are taxable. Not all the products in our country, states, or jurisdictions are taxable. All this information also change quite often. So there are many helps how you can, let's say, get live information. So the one thing is there are also big companies which work giving you live taxes value and information which are a little bit expensive because they are talking to API or they make live requests and per requests. You may have then also a bill falling in accordingly. That's one point. We support on that just for information, but that's not the point. Just that you know. There are other also software. So basically, we also provide the softwares which also help you to make a manual configuration about the taxes because one thing which is sure is that this information change quite often depending on countries and it is quite difficult to catch up accordingly and it is very good, it's a very good idea to be really according to the laws accordingly. So not that you make maybe some, let's say, revenue, let's say, request to your customers according to taxes, the higher or lower are also what, let's say, the authorities want from you. That will not be good. Therefore, also be careful on having your taxes value as accurate as possible on a daily basis. And as I said, we have a product also supporting accordingly and supporting according to the points I provided so far, but you can also use and check other products for your convenience. Most important point is that you understood this point. The last point is that you answer the question when it comes to taxes. Am I selling in the marketplace facilitator? A marketplace facilitator is something like eBay or like Amazon and so on. So platforms where you present your products and where you are not, let's say, the one owning or the one ruling the platform. So the rulers of the platforms, the owner of the platform, are obliged as per law to make the tax declaration for you. So that is, for example, only for the United States. But if you're not in the United States, depending of your country of residence, then you have to double check accordingly whether you have to do it yourself or whether, let's say, the platform shall do it for you accordingly. So that's also a very important point, looking up to this globally. There is also one link called Quaderno.io, which I will provide, let's say, in the description. And here you can have an overview of the taxes value depending of the countries. So digital taxes, so for products you sell online, and also depending on the type of products, and depending of other rules that also will help you to figure out what's the tax value, let's say, for a specific country for my product accordingly. And if you are, for example, adding these values manually, then you can add this value manually as well. So, summary, we have the nexus, we have the economic nexus, excuse me. Then we have the answer the question: are my products taxable? And am I selling in a marketplace facilitator? And you have to answer it worldwide or for the different markets where you sell or your products, where you have customers, or where you have also, let's say, physical locations of your company. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoy the meeting. I think it was very helpful. According to your product, we will also send you a link where you can see our product from our website. Let us know if you have further questions accordingly. It's a very wide range topic, very important topic, and I hope we could make it as simple as possible. Give me also feedback according to this course, how you find it, what we can do, I can do better, what we can improve accordingly, because we want to serve you, we want to pass you the right helpful information accordingly, and that's why then also we are doing this. Thank you so much, and have a great day. See you. Take care. Greeting from Karlsruhe, Germany.